These beautiful resurrection stories of resurrection appearances continue, and they are so full of lessons and learning for us. The last time we were at a charcoal fire in the gospel was at the Passion. It was in the courtyard of Caiaphas, the high priest. And it was during Jesus' trial before Caiaphas. And Simon Peter was standing at the charcoal fire, warming himself. And 3 times he gets asked, "You're one of his disciples, aren't you? You know him. You're from Galilee too. You're one of his friends." And 3 times Simon Peter says, "I do not know the man." This time, there's another fire. Charcoal fire. This time prepared by Jesus. Not just for warming, but for feeding. And in his typical fashion, when Jesus comes to them after the resurrection, there is absolutely no retribution. He is never upset with them. He is never angry with them. He never holds against them their sin of betraying him. Never. He comes this time to feed, to nourish, to strengthen, and help them fish quite a bit. That's it. And gathered now around the charcoal fire that he built for them, Peter gets a chance. 3 times. "Do you love me?" "Yes, Lord." "Do you love me?" "Yes, Lord." "Do you love me?" "Yes, Lord." 3 times. Again. "Do you love me?" The answer of Jesus to Peter each time that Peter affirms the fact that he is madly in love with the Lord Jesus, which he is, 3 times Jesus says to him, an action verb, not a verb of being. Each time Jesus says to him, an action. It's not enough to believe, it must be done. Feed. Tend. Feed. It's what he says to Peter. Do something. Not just, do you believe, do you love me? Not just, do you love me, and I can make an intellectual assent to that. Who doesn't, if they have a brain, love God? I mean, you know, we all. How many love God? We'd all put our hands up. How many do something about loving God? Oh, that might be a different question for us. Jesus uses action verbs, not verbs of being, and asks us, through Peter, to do the very same thing. To put into action what we say we believe. To put into our actions, our own actions, what he says about feeding and tending and feeding others. And how do I do that? I do it with my life. You do it with your life. You do it by the way you live as husband and wife, by the way you live as parents with your kids, pouring yourself out for them. I watch you. It has to be God-given energy you use, because watching you exhausts me. As you spend yourselves for your kids, for your family. It's wonderful to see. Even that's not enough. God is continually asking us to empty ourselves for one another. We have a word for it in our church. We call it stewardship. The Gospels are full of it, full of this doing, not just being, but doing in the name of Christ. That we actually take what we have been given as gift and give it away for the sake of others. Recognizing that every single gift you have is God's gift to you, but given to you not for you, not to glorify you, not to glorify me, but to give it away in loving service to others. Time, talent, treasure, nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Him. You might say He's gathered us at I guess we don't have the charcoal fire in church today, but He's gathered us here around Him in His name, around His Word in His Eucharist to do what? Feed us. So that we can do what? Feed others. It always goes in that direction. I receive what I receive, I must give.